Hey peeps, it's Andercon. Poor ET, his build just didn't make it. Oh. Anyway, we have the winners of the build-off, and I'm going to do a little tour, starting from, well, the honorable mention, the fourth winner. They didn't actually win anything, but Download RAM actually made a really awesome building and almost placed. So I'm going to go ahead and, give it a little tour. I actually liked this place too, so I'm glad to do it. So, this is Ram's Medieval Estate. Just walk in the door right y'all. Got a nice little floor, little brewing spot, and some furnaces there. Here's some faucets for the sinks. So anyway, this place has got a little bit of stuff to it. And here apparently is the bedroom and a little study. That's pretty cute. And a little bit of bookshelves and stuff. But before I really go into the inside, let's look at the outside really good. So it looks pretty good. It's a cobbled roof and a little tower with a flag. And there's some nice decoration around the fountain here. So let's go ahead and jump in the rest of the insides. Now, the awesome thing in here is in the basement, so I'm going to make it last. Hold on. Music! Give me music! Come on, Judy! You promised me music. Thank you. Sweet! Might not be able to hear that particularly well from the distance, so let's just go ahead and figure out where the hell I got my music settings. That might help slightly. Well, here's the tower from the top. And you can see the rest of the build from here. Somebody's got a neat sword over there. That was pretty cool. But I don't have a huge amount of time, so I'm just going to do the top four today, and leave it at that. A lot of the other people, may not want all their stuff. May not want to be reminded that they lost, so I'll just leave it at the top four for now. So, a nice little table and stuff in here. Some, I guess this is the tree. Some inside decor. I never noticed this. What's this? Oh, dinner dispenser. That's pretty cool. Some mushroom stew. What else we got in here? More mushroom stew. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. Alright. Now, down to the, where this build is really good. Oops. The basement. Or the dungeon. Ha ha ha! This ought to be creepy. So, this is basically the dungeon torture chamber combo going on here. Got some neat beds here, and they're hung up. Those hanging beds off the walls. That's kind of what this looks like. That's pretty cool. And here's your shackles to shackle somebody to the wall. That didn't work so well. It doesn't quite fit. I'm too small. Oh well. And let's see. Apparently, there's chambers for different deaths: suffocation, some drowning, lava. This one probably won't clean up so well. I guess it did if you hit it early enough. You could actually make that one into a little bit of a torture chamber instead of a death chamber. Walk in here. And this just has a little water bucket at the top. This one here will crush you with pistons. Creepy! And here's your waiting chamber for your death, I guess. That's terrible. A nice deluxe torture chamber, including many ways of death. Pretty cute. So, up next, we got our number 3. It was a team. Charon and Danny, Music World. We just call her Danny. And these two here made a really nice place. Very awesome looking windmill here. And it even has some smoke coming out of the smokestack. That's pretty cool. Okay, well, they put a lot of detail into this, to be honest. It looks pretty good. So, when I seen this place when I was still building, I really felt like I was having some competition for sure. Please take a gander before you place a vote. Okay, now we got ye old water hole. Nice. And ye old windmill. Well, that's the main feature. Let's look at it first. So, has a wee little dinky stairway that's easy to fall off of. Probably just like in real life. Who knows? So, well, since I can fly for today, I can go see the inside a little better from the top. So, yeah, sometimes I grab a hold of a little bit of creative just so I can make some videos and get a good a view of things. Check out the details. So here you can see a little bit of use of that sideways turned logs that were recently introduced. That's pretty cute. I used those a little bit in my build too. Not too much, but some. And it's got pretty good made tower, I think. Good use of wool and everything too. It looks quite good. So down here, here's your. I guess this is your log pile for when you go burn wood. I got one of those outside my house in real life, to be honest, for the winter. Ye old tavern, tell ye wench to give ye jug o' rum on the house. Well then, let's go and find a winch. See, hey Julie, I need a winch. Poor Julie. Oh, if she could hear me now, she'd probably smack me. Oh my goodness. So, let's see, here's the bar. I didn't have much tequila or anything back here. They're a little bare on the booze right at the moment. Might have to get some from the cellar later. There's some nice little fireplace here. It's smoking on the inside, I think. You might have a little problem. Alright, so that's looking pretty good. Nice little dining area here and there. Down here's the basement, where the big meeting hall is at. I guess this is another bar. And here's your giant kegs of booze. This one is Bud Light, barrel of rum. So here's the spigot, and you know, go ahead and get some booze. Stand about right here and take your fill until you about have a heart attack of alcohol overdose. So here's a barrel of gin and a barrel of whiskey. Hilarious. Huh. For some reason, we even got a little enchanting spot in here. I think you need to get a maid to clean out all the cobwebs. It might be a problem. Nothing in here. Alright. That's my own inventory. What am I looking in there? Can't open that chest. Junk in the way. And here's the way out. What's this say? Ye old basement hack. Alright, well that's number 2. That was pretty good effort there. I really oh, that's actually number 3, isn't it? So that was 4. They didn't quite place. Here's number 3. Yeah, they did a really good job. I really like this place. So now on to the number 2. Unfortunately, I didn't win. I'm number 2. It was Andercon and CCR Goalie 9. We somehow miraculously lost. Now I actually know how and why we lost. I didn't vote for myself. We lost by 2 votes. Our own 2 votes, basically. So, anyway, here is a, well, I guess this is a unicorn. Something I thought up. I took this off of a CCR Goalie 9. And now that I'm thinking about it, I actually think I ought to make a slight revision here. I think I needed something like that. I needed that thigh a little thicker. Because it just isn't quite thick enough there. Well, anyway, it's way too late to make revisions on things now. I done lost. But, yeah, anyway, here's a, starts with some outside decor, some fountains with some stuff on it. I threw some lily pads in the water here. Little tree. You know, over here I got my own little wood pile. I got some music playing. Thank you, Julie. And, yeah, here's the outside. It's looking pretty good. This is actually the 3rd time I built something of this style. The other 2 times were prototypes for this building because I was trying to win. I almost got it. Almost. But this place turned out really good. CCR Goalie and I, you know, played around with the design a bit, and he helped me build this one, definitely. If you watched all the live streams, and there's freaking, oh, I don't know how many hours. See, 5 the first day, and then another 4 hours the second day of streaming I did on this place. So yeah. Anyway, it starts off with something really awesome, a bit of redstoning. A portcullis, basically a gate that'll rise and lower. And I got a T flip-flop hooked up to the thing, that way you can just hit a button, and there's buttons inside and out. And if you wanted to, you could actually hook up like a button somewhere else on the other end of the building or something, if you wanted to emergency close. But it's pretty much just what T flip-flop does, makes it so you can open and close things. So this one's pretty reliable. Took me hours, like 3 hours, to get the thing to work in multiplayer, since things changed a little bit from old versions, because I made the original one like 2-3 months ago. Anyway, sometime soon maybe I'll make a video on that, a good detailed one. But anyway, in here I tried to make a really nice floor. It turned out okay. And here's a good fireplace. I think I kind of fiddled around and played with this design myself, and then CCR Goalies, took it and plastered it all over his buildings because he liked it so much. But he built this particular one. Turned out really good. Now, in this server, you don't need netherrack because wood never actually burns away. If you catch a piece of wood on fire, it'll just sit there and internally burn, just like netherwood or netherrack. There's fire spreads off on the server, and I'm glad for that, because I probably would have lost some houses by now. I actually would have lost one of my prototypes because I accidentally poured lava into one of the rooms. It was all wood. Alright, well anyway, here's the brewing room. Got a little, some lighting here, and some potion, brewing stands there, and a little sink to get some water out of. This is a not very functional enchantment table, but it's there for decor. We were trying to win this to make it look good. So up here is basically the master bedroom at the top. Here's another, light. It's kind of funny what the lights do. If you got these waffle gate thingies on the sides, they'll just, do weird stuff. So here's the master bedroom. It's not particularly masterful, but, it looks pretty cute. A little bed here. And a nice view of, well, the ocean and some of the rest of the buildings here. So there's some gatey, stuffy thingies. Alright. Strangely enough, you can sit down on these stairs in this server. I think I might have to have a free hand for that. There we go. I am sitting. It doesn't always quite look right, but, it seems to be looking pretty good today. Funny. Just a little server plug-in they got on here. It's pretty cute. This is my little bucket for the ashes for when you clean out the fireplace, Just chuck in a little bit of bone meal for shits and giggles there. And here's some more of these lights. I kind of tried to pour in the detail into this place. It almost won me the place, to be honest, or won me this thing. For some reason, these are up instead of down. Now, this was interesting, I thought. Basically, a way to hide a secret dungeon, as a faucet. So, there's my faucet, but it's actually powering a piston here, and this is a secret dungeon. I was impressed with Download RAM's thing, and I decided, hey, I'm gonna go ahead and make a smaller version of his little dungeon, because I thought it was cool. And a lily pad in there. Bathroom, I guess. Sink. That's all you guys get. Poor peeps. Well, let's see. Almost done with my place here. Get out of here, man. Alright, so up here we got, well, basically the servants' quarters. Triple stacked bunk beds. Feel sorry for them. They're really stuck in here like a submarine. Jeez. So, I think I might actually have left a little bit of crap in here. Not much. Rotten flesh. And, well, of course the maid doesn't care about her own quarters so much. They're too busy cleaning the rest of the house, so they didn't clean this. Actually left some empty areas up in here. So I think that's that for my place. So pretty much we're left with number one, person that actually won this thing. And no, I don't think I'd take back my votes even if I knew I was going to lose, because I really liked who won the first I really like the building that won this whole competition. It's very good. So, right here's number 1, Bifrom 6666. He made some good stuff. Now that is a pretty nice house. Now, it's not really big, but it doesn't really have to be. To be honest, I am very impressed with this place, and you'll see when I look in the inside. Now, first of all, I'm going to go and take a quick look at what's on the outside. This is a pretty nice little tower, and, actually got a little bit of a slightly rounded roof on that. Looks pretty cool. And here, well, it's got no basement, but it doesn't need one. They got a really nice, a good way of putting on rails in here, too. And this is kind of interesting. This little bit of ladder there. I'm not, it's kind of different. So, in here, I'm going to fly out. Down here, we got well, I didn't know what this was when I first seen it. Later, let's see, somebody told me what this was. This is a wagon, strangely enough. I just thought it was a bunch of wood pile of mess. Didn't know what it was. Then Lo said, hey, that's a pretty neat wagon. I'm like, oh, that's a wagon? What the hell? I must be blind as hell. But, yeah, pretty cool. Pretty nice little fountain here. That's pretty cool. And then onto the main building. Now, this is nice use of the sideways logs here. And buttons are an interesting touch. Never thought of that. Don't really know how much that adds. This is weird. I don't know what that is. But anyway, a little bit about Bifrom. He had been joined the server, I think, a couple months ago, and he has his own town that is all medieval style. So he's been practicing medieval style for at least 2 months, if not even longer, before he started on the server. So no wonder he won. This place is quite awesome. He's been playing with the same style for a while. I've been experimenting for a good time, so just changing up my style constantly. So I don't really have a whole lot of experience with any one style. So let's go ahead and look on the inside of this place. Let's start with the bottom and work our way up. So here is the basement. It's got a little bit of detail in the basement. Oops, I just broke that. I shouldn't have broke that. I don't even know if I can fix that. Nope. Well, let's just go ahead and put that there. I'm not supposed to be able to break that stuff, but being in creative mode, sometimes things easily break that shouldn't. So anyway, it's not really a big deal. This house is going to be deleted for too long anyway, and he's already got a copy of this place later elsewhere. So anyway, here's a little bit of a basement, and from the basement you can get into the rest of the house. And it's got a nice bit of decor and stuff in here. He really threw in the detail. Now, strangely enough, this is a rather small house, yet it's kind of easy to get lost in here. I played hide and seek with about 6 other people, and they all knew I was inside this house. And for about 10 minutes before somebody could find me. And yeah, that's rather impressive that this place has got that much stuff in it and is, kind of, in a way cramped, but they got a lot out of their space. I'm really impressed by this place. Now here's the front door, so you'd walk in there, and a little hallway here. That's pretty interesting. There's a side door. I guess this is the bathroom. There's the latrine. Take a crap right there and just, let it flow. Nice touch. I didn't even think about putting in a bathroom. Jeez. Except, in the basement. But over here we got a little, this goes up to that little dinky tower, and over here is the rest of the place. So, well, this is a nice little dinky house. Now, I did a little bit of studying on, old style stuff. Not necessarily medieval, but I did study like the 1500s and things. The building styles and stuff they had back then. And the buildings were small, but they got a lot out of them. They had like a huge amount of rooms. They'd have like 6 people living in a, less than 1,000 square foot house. But it may not necessarily have felt that, cramped, but in a way, depending on how claustrophobic you really were. But all the rooms were very small, so this is honestly probably much more accurate than anything I'd built. Usually only the super rich had any place that was really large inside. So this, this is very nice and full of details, and probably, well, not necessarily exactly accurate, but much more accurate than mine. So, pretty neat. There's another little bedroom. This must be the master bedroom since it's got 2 beds. This is an interesting armoire. Basically, closet for your clothes. I like this idea, has its own shelves and everything in there. I thought that was pretty cool. I didn't think anything like that. There's a lot to be learned from this, really. I really consider this definitely worth studying, this house, because it's so cool inside. So let's head up here, and very close to where I sat and hid with the shift key for about 10 minutes before people could find me. It was, I think, up here, probably. So yeah, I think up here I stood right about here for about 10 minutes holding shift, and people could not find me even though they were all over the house. So this place is definitely interesting and neatly laid out. It's kind of an adventure just to walk in here. And then, let's see, over here, this is the last room I haven't actually looked in. It's just like basically a small balcony, pretty much, with a little chest. And that's pretty much it. Congratulations, Bifram. This place is profusely awesome, and I thoroughly enjoyed getting my ass beat by something so cool. And I'm not ashamed at all. So this turned out great, and that's about it for that. I'm just going to show off a little bit of my prototypes, and that's about it. Here we are, nearby my jungle. It's just outside of it. Here's the local desert. And I added a bit of a path. Apparently somebody came by and added some signs. That's pretty cool. Anyway, because of awesome friends like Lo and their ability to world edit stuff, I was able to grab my building and have it thrown into my jungle right on the outside edge. So it's pretty cool. It looks good right here. And it's a nice addition to my jungle. And there's my big palace in the back. So I don't know. I may even start living in this place. I don't really know. I'd have to play with chests and move all my junk if I did that, but it's not really that big of a deal. So it's a nice addition to my forest. So anyway, on to the prototypes, which are way over here, a lot of ways, towards the sun. I spent almost probably about 4 days working on prototypes before the competition started, pretty much because I'd never built medieval style before, and I just wanted something, pretty good. So here's a little bit of, here's CCR Goalie's house, one of them. He's got like several around here. And here's my prototypes. Now, here's the first prototype, the very large, oversized building. It's based off of a cathedral I seen in some video on YouTube. Loosely, well, kind of loosely. Basically in a similar style, sort of, at least for the towers, but it turned out really good, but it was just way too huge for the competition, and I likely would not have been able to finish it within the time allotted, especially not without putting in the details needed, especially since the server decided to, crap out and do a little bit of a 2-3 hours reset, in the middle of my second day. But, turned out good anyway. So, here was the building I first put this thing on. And it didn't really fit right, so I kind of had to remove it at some point. I need to... the reason why it didn't really fit right is because now over here you see I got these holes due to the roof, the way it's, on the inside and outside. Well, the same holes are over here, but I ended up covering them up because all the redstone stuff didn't fit in neatly. But other than that, it almost fit. Almost. Stuff's hard to do without actually having a cursor. I can't see what I'm doing. Alright. Alrighty, anyway. Otherwise, it's basically the same building. Here's the prototype, except in a slightly different wood. This is the one I almost won with. Slight changes from what I actually ended up building. But here is going to be the inside of this place. It's too big, honestly. Oh, I still left some dirt up here. But yeah, we had a big trouble filling the rooms full of content, even though we worked on it for several days, but at least 2 or 3 days. We didn't really know what to do with all this space. It's just too big, and I really thought that was a problem. Still has the same fireplace and stuff, most of the same details. This is pretty much where we played around and tried to get some of the detail for the, actual, real thing. So we ended up having something a good bit different. But anyway, up here would be a master bedroom of sorts. Turned out okay. These things didn't quite go on right, but we were just playing around anyway. And down here, brewing room and enchanting. A lot of books with a ladder. If you got tall bookshelves, you need those ladders. This was going to be something like a dance floor, I guess, because we didn't really know what to do with it. And, of course, the kitchen. And towers, pretty much. Empty, blank towers. We didn't know what to do with them yet. We ended up putting rooms at the tops of our main towers, but this one was basically just a way up onto the roof, even though it really wouldn't, in real life have any purpose. But, yeah. So it looks great, to be honest, but there was some big problems with it. Too big. Had a big problem with it was based on an even number in the center instead of an odd. That's why this entrance is 4 wide instead of 3. And it kind of just threw off some of the other building when we did that. And it was just a huge mess in general, just trying to get this thing to work right and look good. But it ended up looking really good. And then prototype, and this is basically what we nearly won with and built. Now, the changes I did was different color wood for the roof, because that was kind of like one of those last minute changes. Hey, what should we make the roof out of? I don't know, let's try this wood, see what it looks like. Slightly different in this, just the way it looks, and I left this open because I was like cutting into this during the build-off, trying to figure out how I made it. Probably still works. Probably. I don't think I broke it. Yeah, it still works. Okay. And the inside is largely the very same. Just slight layout differences. And we didn't finish off the rooms the same, basically. This is like prototype for that same enchanting room that turned out way different. I decided to put on stairs up here. I actually forgot to put on the wood beams across that. Oh well. And this very similar bedroom, pretty much. Now the other side, I can't remember. It's been a while since I've been in here. Alright, just a kitchen. Same kitchen. A little different layout. CCR Gully made this kitchen. And another servant's quarters, which should be almost the exact same. Yep. And this is the room I accidentally poured lava into. Jeez. So, that's that. And I think that's about it for the video. We had a good time with the build-off, and I really enjoyed it. I hope to have another one sometime kind of soon. And, well, everybody benefits, because I even learned how to stream videos just because of this competition. I wanted to stream the whole thing. And maybe the next ones will turn out even better. I don't know. Depends on what we're going to build. I'm kind of trying to convince Julie to make a competition with modern style buildings, but I've never built any, so I don't expect to win if I actually compete with that, which I'd like to compete. So that's going to probably turn out pretty poorly. But anyway, that's that for my prototypes and the build-off. And, well, wishing me luck on the next one, and congratulations, Bifram, for winning. Congratulations, me and CCR Goalie for being second. And congratulations, Danny and, oh, wood. Darn it, get out of the way, wood. congratulations, Danny and Charon, for almost getting second. But you got third, so hey, pretty good. Supposedly we're supposed to win something from getting second and third, but it hasn't really been discussed yet. I hadn't asked. Maybe I'll ask for something like colors for my in-game name. So a lot of people here has got colors like rain here, and mine is like completely blank and white. So maybe I'll ask for that. I don't know. Maybe they'll give it to me. Maybe they won't. So see you guys later. Have a good time. Bye.